The setting sun cast a warm golden glow over the bustling street as Emma adjusted her guitar strap, feeling the familiar excitement rush through her. This was her stage, one she had claimed as her own each evening, where she poured her heart out, line by line. She strummed a few chords, tuning the strings until they sang true. With the sound of her music blending with the chatter of the crowd, she closed her eyes, letting the rhythm guide her. People gathered in clusters, some stopping to listen, while others rushed by with barely a glance. But Emma had her devoted fans, parents with strollers, teens stealing a moment from their smartphones, and the occasional couple sharing a quiet moment together. As she opened her voice, a mixture of hope and longing flowed through her lyrics, captivating her audience. "Love can take you far, like a shooting star," she sang, her voice rising above the noise of the city. Emma fed off their energy. She could feel it igniting her passion. The audience clapped and cheered, and she felt a rush of gratitude wash over her. Near the edge of the gathering, a figure stood out, Xock. With his vibrant blue skin and wide, luminous eyes, he was a curious sight amidst the sea of humanity. He observed Emma in wonder, as though he had stumbled into a new dimension, rather than just a simple street performance. The glimmering lights of his spaceship were visible in the backdrop, making him an unusual, albeit charming, addition to the eclectic crowd. As the song came to an end, Emma noticed Xock's intense gaze. Curious about why he stood alone, she finished with a flourish and approached him. "Hey there. You look like you've just landed from another planet." "Oh, wait, you probably have," she joked, a friendly smile on her face. "Indeed," Xock responded, tilting his head in curiosity. "I am Xock from Vnox. I'm here to observe." "Observe? Well, you picked a great spot. I'm Emma, and these streets are my stage every evening." She gestured toward the crowd. "What do you think so far?" "Fascinating. You humans engage in rhythmic vocalizations for enjoyment? Is this a form of communication or a mating ritual?" He blinked, exhibiting genuine confusion that only amplified Emma's laughter. "Mating ritual? Oh boy, no. This is just a performance, and I assure you there's no mating involved." Emma chuckled, her cheeks flushing with mirth. She found his innocence refreshing. Xock furrowed his brow, intrigued yet a bit perplexed. "So you do not engage in restorative hibernation after, mating? You continue with activities?" Emma raised an eyebrow, amusement dancing in her eyes. "Nope. I like to keep going. Humans don't hibernate, especially not after, let's say, special moments." "Well, that is all remarkably strange yet delightful," Xock replied, a jovial grin breaking out on his face. And just like that, an unusual friendship began. And for the first time in her life, Emma felt the thrill of adventure, one that was about to take her beyond the stars. After their playful introduction, Emma and Xock settled onto a nearby bench, much to the amusement of passers-by who gave the unusual duo a curious glance. As Emma plucked absently at her guitar strings, Xock's expressive eyes sparkled with questions, eager to learn more about the human experience. "So," he began, leaning forward, "what other activities do humans partake in beyond these rhythmic mating signals? Is there a ritual for feasting after singing?" With a grin, Emma thought about the endless possibilities. "Oh, we eat, and we feast like there's no tomorrow. Food is a huge part of our culture. Think of it as a celebration of taste and togetherness." Xock raised an eyebrow. "What do you consume after this performance?" "Everything. Tacos, pizza, ice cream, you name it. It's all about flavors and having fun with friends." She smiled nostalgically. "Friends gather and we share stories over food." "Stories?" Xock inquired, intrigued. "Do they hold significance?" "Absolutely. Every story has a purpose, a lesson, a hilarity, a warning, or just pure entertainment. It keeps our history alive." Emma felt a spark of enthusiasm bustling inside her. "Like my song tonight. It tells of hope amidst challenges." Xock nodded, soaking it all in. "In my culture, we experience dreams, visions of our past during sleep. But it seems to be so different from this storytelling you speak of." "Exactly. We have dreams too, but we tell our stories openly. It connects us, and laughter is part of the journey." "Oh, and the music. It brings people together. She paused, a thoughtful look crossing her face. Speaking of which, you've got to hear more of my songs. Want to join? Xylox's eyes widened in excitement. Yes, teach me your rhythms. I yearn for this human connection. As they sat together under the evening sky, their conversation flowed effortlessly. Emma shared more about her life, her music, her dreams of traveling to large concert halls. Xylox, in turn, spoke of his life on Vnox, his deep affection for the arts, and his aim to explore the universe. So, what's it like back home on Vnox? Emma asked, curious about his homeworld. Xylox gestured dramatically. Everything is vivid and alive. Our sky transitions in colors every sunset, resembling liquid light. Our annual festivals are extravagant spectacles of dance, and we all gather to celebrate vibrant connections. Sounds incredible, but tell me more about this hibernation after mating. How long does it last? Emma couldn't help but giggle, intrigued by the very idea. For Vnoxians, mating is sacred. Once we procreate, we undergo a hibernation lasting approximately 3 cycles of our sun, during which we recharge and ensure our offspring are nourished in our bioluminescence. Xylox explained, his expressions elated when he described this feature of his world. Wow! Can't say I've ever had that experience. But, we humans prefer to be awake and doing things. Any hibernation seems to defeat the exciting purpose we live for. Emma laughed, shaking her head in disbelief. Yet another mind-bending concept, Xylox replied, shaking his head in amazement. Their conversation unfolded like a vibrant tapestry of cultures and thoughts, filled with laughter and the occasional unintended misunderstanding. It turned into an evening of bonding that neither expected, with both of them intrigued by the differences and the remnants of resonance between their worlds. The sun dipped behind the buildings, and with each moment, Emma felt that this encounter was only the beginning of a much larger journey. The next day, Emma eagerly began preparing for her street performance when she received a surprise visit from Xylox. His blue skin shimmered under the city lights, and he wore a beaming expression, clearly excited about something. "Emma," he exclaimed, waving a vibrant holographic flyer in the air. "I come bearing an invitation." "Oh? To what?" She quirked an eyebrow, intrigued by the neon colors of the flyer. "The Festival of Luminosity on Vnox." Xylox beamed. "It is a grand celebration of love, artistry, and connection, where all beings partake in grand festivities. You must come with me." Emma felt a surge of exhilaration rush through her. The prospect of visiting another planet was wildly enchanting, and she could hardly contain her enthusiasm. "You mean you want me to visit your home? That sounds amazing. But," her excitement faltered slightly, "is it really okay for, a human to attend?" "Absolutely. It's a festival for all beings, and you will showcase your rhythms. You are as human as they come, and they will adore you." Emma chuckled at the idea. "Showcasing my rhythms on an alien planet? That sounds both terrifying and thrilling. When is this festival?" "In 2 cycles from now. We shall have ample time to prepare," Xylox declared with a flourish. "It will be the time of your life. Imagine dancing among the stars." Emma envisioned a whirlwind of colors, laughter, and intergalactic friends all embracing music. But as thrilling as it sounded, the thought of plunging into the unknown was a bit intimidating. "All right, I'm in. But first I need to prepare. What do I even wear to an alien festival?" "Wear what makes you feel vibrant, or shall I provide a glowing outfit?" Xylox offered with enthusiasm. She burst into laughter. "As tempting as that sounds, I think I'll stick to my jeans and a top. We humans have our style. Brightly colored alien wear might be too much for me." Xylox let out a melodious laugh. "You shall see that Vnox has more than mere colors. Together we shall embrace the flavors, the rhythms, and the colors of our worlds." Emma felt a tingle of anticipation rush through her. The festival would be a chance to fully experience Xylox's culture while sharing her music. She could scarcely contain her exhilaration. "Expect a lot of videos. My friends will want proof of my escapades in your out-of-this-world festival," she declared, picturing her friends' expressions as she recounted her adventures later. "Let us prepare. The universe awaits, and together we welcome the luminescence of your music," Xylox exclaimed, placing a hand on his heart in a dramatic gesture. As the day grew short and the sunset painted the sky, Emma couldn't shake the feeling that this was the start of something monumental, an adventure that would take her to the stars and back. As the day of departure approached, anticipation bubbled inside Emma like fizz in a soda can. Xock had organized everything with meticulous care, a smooth journey through a wormhole that would take them directly to Vnox. As she stepped aboard his shimmering spaceship, she marveled at its glow and the soft pulsing lights that decorated the interior, making it feel less like a machine and more like a living entity. "Do you have everything?" Xock asked, his wide eyes scanning her travel bag with an air of fascination, as if it contained some treasures from Earth's distant lands. Emma nodded, double-checking her essentials. "Yep, just my guitar, a few outfits, and a collection of snacks. Can't forget my favorite granola bars." Xock looked puzzled. "Snacks? What is their purpose?" "They're food, for energy and enjoyment. Eating is part of our rituals too," she responded, amused by the thought of a world without snacks. With a soft hum, the spaceship came to life, and within moments, they were soaring through the cosmos. Emma pressed her face against the window, her heart racing as they entered the brilliant swirls of the wormhole. The colors danced and blended, captivating her. She couldn't remember the last time she felt this exhilarated. When they burst through the other side, Vnox emerged in all its splendor, a planet glowing with colors unimaginable on Earth. They landed amidst an explosion of lights and sounds, with Zephyrian creatures twirling around in gracefully artistic displays. "Welcome to Vnox," Xock proclaimed, gesturing grandly. Emma stepped out, completely mesmerized. She was instantly enveloped in the beauty of the alien landscape, a harmony of swirling colors and ethereal music that echoed around them. "This is beyond anything I ever envisioned. It's beautiful," she gasped, her heart pounding in her chest. "The Festival of Luminosity is my favorite time of year," Xock said, his eyes sparkling with joy. "You will soon understand the depths of festivity. Follow me." As they made their way through the festive crowd, Xock introduced Emma to various aspects of Vnoxian culture, showing her ancient painting techniques and light-infused dances. Each group of revelers seemed to invite them with exuberance, pulling Emma into laughter and song. "Behold the glimmer fruit," Xock announced at one food stall, his face glowing with excitement. He handed Emma an exotic-looking fruit that shimmered like crystals. "It fills you with light." Emma took a tentative bite, and to her surprise, a burst of flavor exploded in her mouth, a balance of sweetness and tang that made her taste buds dance. "Wow, this is amazing, I love it." "You see, food is the essence of our unity," Xock replied with toddler-like glee, encouraging her to try other dishes. They tasted everything from luminescent noodles to floating pastries, sharing laughter and delighted squeals. "Why do most of your offerings emit light?" Emma asked, a smile spreading across her face. "They symbolize nourishment and joy. Each bite replicates the cosmic energy we embrace," Xock explained, clearly proud of his culture. As they continued to explore, Emma began to realize that Vnox had a unique way of blending revelry with meaning. Each custom seemed to hold a significance that tied the people to the essence of their history. "Are there any dancing traditions?" Emma inquired eagerly, her heart racing at the thought of dancing among aliens. "Indeed, we shall partake in the ceremonial dance later. But first, we must find your rhythm," Xock said with enthusiasm. In that moment, Emma knew this adventure would change her life. With each vivid experience, she felt her heart opening to new worlds while sharing her human quirks with him, not just for entertainment, but to create a bond that transcended dimensions. As the festival set into full swing, the atmosphere pulsed with an infectious energy. Colorful lights twinkled against the backdrop of the night sky, and music reverberated through the air, enveloping Emma and Xock alike. She couldn't help but get caught up in the lively ambiance, her feet tapping to the rhythm of an Earth-style groove. Xock held Emma's hand as they navigated through the throng of jubilant Vnoxians, leading her toward the center of the festival ground. The ground beneath them glowed as people danced, their movements graceful and fluid. "Come, let me teach you the Vnoxian way of dance," he exclaimed, bouncing on his toes. "Lead the way," Emma replied, excitement bubbling within her. She was ready to dive into the alien customs head first. Xylox began with a series of provocative movements that seemed to defy gravity, his body floating and twirling, arms flaring about as if on invisible currents. Emma watched in awe, attempting to mimic his fluidity, but she quickly realized how silly she must look flailing her arms while laughing uncontrollably. "You are indeed lively," Xylox chirped, his voice filled with mirth as he twirled around her. "But remember, grace comes from the light within." "Light? I can't float like you," Emma laughed. Her cheeks flushed both from dancing and the chill of embarrassment. "Then we shall shine together," he encouraged. "Focus on the energy within you. Let it flow." Determined to impress him, Emma dug deeper. She remembered the essence of her street performances, the way her heart swelled with joy when connecting with loved ones through music. She tried channeling that feeling and danced with renewed enthusiasm, her laughter mingling with the exotic music surrounding them. Suddenly, the announcer's voice boomed across the festival grounds. "The cosmic competitions will begin shortly. Sign up to participate in dance, art, and culinary contests." As if on cue, Xylox grabbed Emma's arm, his eyes lighting up with excitement. "We must participate. We will showcase your incredible music and my stunning dance." "Wait, did you say dance competition?" Emma replied, a mix of thrill and terror coursing through her. "I'm not sure if I'm ready to be judged by an alien crowd." "Nonsense," Xylox insisted, an insistent gleam in his eyes. "Your rhythms are your strength, and all beings shall adore you." With sheer enthusiasm, Xylox led her to the registration area, where they signed up for the dance-off. Emma could already feel the anticipation of the crowd building as the announcer explained the competition format, separating teams into different heats. When the time came, Emma felt a whirlwind of nerves wash over her as they took their place on the field. The music pulsed around them, and Xylox whispered encouraging words, reminding her to let go and embrace her rhythm. As the music swelled, they danced together, Xylox displaying his incredible spins and floats, while Emma matched him with improvised moves inspired by her love of performing. The crowd cheered, and Emma felt the energy surge within her, overcoming her nerves. Amidst the laughter and thrills, Emma realized this was more than just a dance. This was unity. They were two beings from opposing worlds embracing each other's differences through movement and music. After the performance concluded, the crowd erupted in applause, and Emma's face broke into a radiant smile. They didn't win the competition, but it didn't matter. The real victory lay in the joy they discovered in dancing together. As they walked through the festival, still buzzing from their performance, Xylox nudged her playfully. "See, together we are a luminous combination. Who knew I'd find rhythm among aliens?" Emma chuckled, feeling deeply connected to Xylox and the enchanting world around them. As the festival continued to whirl around them, Emma reveled in the enchantment of Vnox, but not everything felt seamless. Tevlar, the local Vnoxian who had initially shown interest in Xylox, became increasingly entangled in their festivities. "He's eyeballing you, Xylox," Emma whispered amidst huddled laughter as she spotted Tevlar loitering nearby. Xylox's expression turned serious. "Tevlar contests my claim to companionship. He is relentless." "Companionship, huh?" Emma quipped. "You mean like a romantic relationship? Because if that's the case, you might need to work on your game." "Romantic, of course. It is customary for Vnoxians to establish unions," he replied, a little bewildered. "Are you serious?" Emma blurted, half laughing, half concerned. "Do you expect me to pull an alien romance on a first date?" Xylox looked earnestly confused. "First date? Is this a human concept?" Yes. It's a way to get to know someone before jumping into major emotional commitments," she explained amid an amused crowd. Suddenly Tevlar approached with a flourish, startling both of them. "Xylox, you are foolish to pursue a human. There are more refined choices among our own." His gaze shifted to Emma, emphasizing his vanity. "What can you offer that a true Vnoxian cannot?" Emma raised an eyebrow, crossing her arms. "Maybe a sense of humor. You're looking at a pro." "That is not the point," Tevlar snapped, his voice raising throughout the crowd. Despite his bravado, Emma was determined to engage. "Look, Tevlar, I don't know what you're after, but I'm here for Xylox." Ignoring her, Tevlar turned to Xylox, his tone dripping with condescension. "You would waste your time on a fleeting human adventure when our traditions promise something much stronger." Temporarily infuriated, Emma shot back, "Who's to say we're fleeting? We could be the next great interstellar power couple." Xylox, torn between friend and potential rival, finally spoke up. "Tevlar, I choose my own path. Emma offers joy and laughter, something that you struggle to express. This unity matters more." Tevlar huffed in disdain. "Your choice will cost you, Xylox," he warned, then strutted off, leaving a trail of conflicted feelings behind him. "Well, that was interesting," Emma remarked, suppressing laughter under her breath. "Can't wait for the next round of awkward alien rivalries." Xylox sighed. He is misguided. Relationships are meant to be light-hearted, not fraught with tension. But his words, "It troubles me." Emma placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "Hey, don't let him get to you. I chose to be here. This is my adventure, and it includes you. So cheers to our cosmic friendship." "Cosmic friendship," Xylox echoed, a glimmer of appreciation in his eyes. As they wandered off in search of more festival activities, Emma realized that their bond was beginning to deepen, and she confidently prepared for the challenges that lay ahead, be it alien rivalry or misunderstandings. That night, under the blanket of colorful lights and musical glimmers surrounding their friendship, she felt more connected to Xylox than ever. Together, they reveled in the joy that transcended cultures, drawing them closer to the light of unity they both sought. As the night wore on, the hottest parts of the Festival of Luminosity approached. It was time for the grand spectacle, the cosmic competitions. Emma felt her heart quicken with anticipation as Xylox led her through the vibrant throng toward the main stage. Colorful displays illuminated the arena, and participants from all species prepared for their respective contests. Zany decorations lined the pathway, with creatures swirling about in preparations for the ultimate show. Excited chatter filled the air, mixing harmoniously with the lively music that echoed from the heart of the festival. "I can't believe how alive this place is," Emma exclaimed as she looked around, her heart racing. "How do you keep up with all this excitement?" Xylox grinned. "We flourish in this energy. It fuels our connections. Embrace it." Emma's competitive spirit kicked in as she thought about the dance-off. She felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness as they approached the stage, where the finalists were getting ready. "All right, let's do this. Just remind me to stay on my feet." Just then, the announcer, a dynamic Vnoxian with splashes of multicolored skin and a voice that boomed over the speakers, called for the participants. "Welcome to the cosmic competitions. Tonight, we'll witness the best of the best as beings from every corner of the universe showcase their talents. Who will take home the coveted luminary crown?" The audience erupted in cheers and applause, energizing Emma and Xylox. They took their place on the stage, side by side. Music filled the air, the kind that vibrated through their bones, and Emma instinctively moved with it. "That's it, let it flow," Xylox encouraged, an infectious excitement in his voice. As the music intensified, they began their routine, intertwining different dances inspired by both Earth and Vnoxian styles. Xylox's intricate spins and glides paired seamlessly with Emma's spirited footwork, culminating in bursts of energy where they often exchanged laughter. The crowd roared with enthusiasm, clapping and cheering them on. Each moment felt like magic, Xylox's floating movements paired with Emma's infectious energy igniting the arena. Suddenly, during a particularly complicated spin, Emma stumbled, falling slightly. In an instant, Xylox swooped down to her side, not missing a beat, and lifted her gracefully back into rhythm. "You've got this," he chirped, his confidence infectious. The audience erupted into applause, and Emma regained her focus, a huge grin stretching across her face. She felt liberated, free to just be herself amidst this vibrant, energetic display. As they concluded their performance with a synchronized finish that sent the crowd into a frenzy, Emma felt a wave of triumph wash over her. They had danced together as equals, transcending boundaries. Breathless and filled with elation, they stumbled off stage, exhilarated. I can't believe we just did that. Even with my fumble, we pulled it off, Emma said with a thrill in her voice. They cheered for you. Humans have incredible rhythm, and tonight you shone in unity. Xylox beamed as he looked down at her. Overwhelmed with emotion, Emma felt the warmth of the audience's energy surrounding her, each cheer reinforcing her adventurous spirit. Competing together had strengthened their bond and deepened their connection, granting her a thrill she never expected from this otherworldly journey. The post-performance energy enveloped Emma and Xylox as they replayed their routine in enthusiastic banter, laughter dancing between them. Despite the playful teasing about her stumble, the happiness in Emma's heart was uncontainable. Suddenly, things took an unexpected turn when Tevlar approached once more, wearing an insufferable smirk. You truly think you can win, Xylox? The luminary crown eludes you, because you waste your time on a fleeting human. Once more with your petty rivalry, Tevlar, Xylox replied, unfazed by his presence. Emma shines brighter than any crown. She brings vibrancy to my world. Ha! Surely this brightness won't outlast the festival, Tevlar sneered, crossing his arms dramatically. You risk everything for such spontaneity. Emma stepped forward, feeling the itch to assert herself. Look, Tevlar, it's not just a simple festival for us. This is life-changing. Relationships should be full of laughter and connection, not just... What were those fancy rules you mentioned? Caught off guard by Emma's boldness, Tevlar stammered. You don't understand the complexities. Exactly, Emma replied, her voice filled with passion. It's not about adhering to customs that suffocate expression. Life is about harmony, two worlds weaving together. You've got to live a little. The crowd began to murmur in agreement, intrigued by her spirited response. Xylox's gaze shifted between Tevlar and Emma, admiration sparkling in his eyes. What Emma conveys is truth. Life exists outside boundaries. It thrives in creativity, in shared revelry. Your ideals are outdated, Tevlar. Frustrated, Tevlar gestured rudely. This will not end well. You will return to your human world, and Xylox will realize there's nothing to gain from this distraction. Emma and Xylox exchanged a determined glance, resolutely standing side by side. You don't know us, Emma asserted, her heart racing. We have each found something in one another that you could never understand. The crowd roared in approval, sensing the tension and exuberance of their confrontation. Lowering his voice, Xylox turned to Tevlar. If you fail to embrace joy, you shall remain unfulfilled, forever seeking validation through rivalry. Tevlar's mouth twisted into a grimace, unable to respond as he stormed away, leaving an echo of silence in his wake. Emma turned to Xylox, her expression softening. You were amazing. I mean, standing up to Tevlar like that. You've got way more spirit than you give yourself credit for. Xylox chuckled. As do you, Emma. You light up this festival with your laughter and joy. Your presence matters. Thus, we face the unknown together. His words struck her heart, and in that instant, their bond deepened significantly. Emma found herself blushing, swept up in the warmth of unspoken feelings. This adventure has changed everything for me, Xylox. I never thought I would connect with someone so completely. As twilight settled softly over the festivities, they strolled toward the stage for the final performance. The atmosphere crackled with excitement. More than just a competition now, it was celebration, love, and unity reigning supreme. As they took the stage together for the finale, an open invitation for everyone to participate, the energy surged. Every being here deserves to share their light, Emma declared, beaming brightly at the crowd, her heart swelling with love for this moment and the astounding company of her alien friend. With Xylox by her side, they danced freely once more, inviting everyone to join in. The stage transformed into a radiant mosaic of laughter, joy, and connection, a true representation of the beauty between their worlds, where love crossed boundaries and forever altered their hearts. As the festival reached its conclusion, the atmosphere was electric. People flooded the stage, celebrating victories and friendships born over a single weekend. Together, Emma and Xylox reveled in the shared euphoria of every hug, every cheer, and every moment that bound them. I can hardly believe we did this together. It feels like a dream, Emma laughed breathlessly, her heart racing from the excitement. Xylox beamed. It was no dream. You thrived among the luminescents. Vnox may have its traditions, but you proved that together, we create joy beyond borders. There was an overwhelming sense of happiness enveloping them. She felt invincible, every worry cast aside as she gazed at her new friend, who had embraced her vibrancy without hesitation. As they walked through the festival grounds one last time, the lights dimmed gradually, sparkling like stars against the night sky. Emma locked eyes with Xylox, feeling the gravity of their connection. "Are you ready to return?" he asked, a hint of apprehension crossing his features. "Absolutely. But I'll miss this place," she replied, her heart echoing with emotion. "It's been incredible. We learned so much, shared so much. Together we shall keep this with us. This bond we have forged will not fade," Xylox stated, his voice sincere, glimmering with promise. The warmth between them deepened, and as they prepared to board the spaceship, Emma felt a bittersweet pang tugging at her heart. She had entered a new world, made new friends, and discovered more about herself than she had expected. Stepping into the ship, she turned to Xylox. "You know, humans don't have cosmic hibernation to recharge from life. We forge connections instead. But I think I can take a page out of your book. Will you teach your ways to the Vnoxians?" he asked, a hopeful gleam igniting in his wide eyes. "Absolutely. It's about bringing colors from Earth to your vibrant world, enriching both," she replied animatedly. As the spaceship glided through the cosmos, Emma embraced the brilliance of their journey, recalling the laughter they shared, the misunderstandings, and the bonds they formed. "Xylox," she said softly, "I can't wait to introduce you to my family and friends. And who knows, maybe we can plan more intergalactic travels." "Yes, more adventures await. Every moment is brighter together," Xylox exclaimed. With hope swirling in the air, they shared laughter, vibrant stories, and plans that extended beyond the stars. And as Earth came into view, Emma felt a wave of warmth settle over her heart. This was only the beginning of a beautiful journey, not just on an alien world, but in uncharted waters of friendships and romance that defied distance, culture, and time. Months later, Emma stood back on her home turf, her guitar cradled in her arms, filling the air with sweet melodies. As she sang, memories of Vnox danced vividly within her mind, the laughter, the bustling colors, and the friendship she formed with Xylox. Every note resonated with lessons of joy learned from her encounter with the interstellar world. Her friends watched in admiration, equally enthralled by the tales she often recounted, a blend of human life and alien culture. Just as she finished her set, her eyes scanned the crowd and landed on a familiar blue silhouette. Xylox had returned, greeted by the cheers of her friends who had finally met the Vnoxian they had only heard about. With a jubilant smile, she waved excitedly, beckoning him forward. "Hey, you came just in time." "Prepared to launch an intergalactic venture?" he declared, eyes twinkling. "I'm always ready for the next adventure," she said, grin stretching across her face. "How about an Earth tour first?" "What shall we call it? Harmony across stars?" Xylox suggested whimsically. "Perfect," Emma laughed, already imagining the fusion of music and culture they'd create together. "Let's make history." With the world stretched out before them, her guitar and Xylox's infectious energy lighting their way, their journey continued. Together they'd share stories, experience life, and dance between the stars hand in hand, forever daring to explore the unknown.